He obviously had a drug overdose, and that was a very painful thing for all of us.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to leave an everlasting mark on the world, only to have it cut tragically short? Some of the brightest stars in music history burned brightly but faded far too soon. They were young, talented, and destined for greatness.
Because I think his music is like Bible. It's immaculate, it's holy.
Until fate had other plans. From soulful ballads to electrifying rock anthems, their music lives on, even as their lives were heartbreakingly brief. Today, we're diving into the stories of the youngest rock stars who died in history, Part 3. What if a single voice could capture the soul of a generation, only to be silenced before its time? Otis Redding wasn't just a musician, he was a phenomenon. Known as the King of Soul, he had a voice that could melt hearts and inspire revolutions. Songs like Respect and Try a Little Tenderness weren't just hits, they were embodying hope, love, and resilience. But on December 10, 1967, the world was robbed of his genius when his plane tragically crashed into Lake Monona. He was just 26 years old with his best years ahead of him. The haunting, posthumous release of Sittin' On the Dock of the Bay became a bittersweet reminder of what was lost.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
A rising star whose brilliance was extinguished too soon. Otis Redding's legacy endures, a voice that continues to resonate through generations.
Sly and just cried because I think his music is like Bible. It's immaculate, it's holy.
What if the very soul of a band's sound came from a young genius whose light burned out far too soon? Hillel Slovak, the original guitarist for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, was more than just a musician. He was a pioneer. Blending the raw energy of punk with the groove of funk, Hillel created a unique sound that defined the band's early years. Offstage, he was a talented visual artist, pouring the same passion into painting as he did into his music. But behind the brilliance lay a struggle with addiction, and on June 25, 1988, at just 26, Hillel's life was tragically cut short by a heroin overdose. His passing left a void that the band and its fans still feel to this day. Hillel Slovak's influence continues to echo in the Chili Peppers' music, and in the hearts of those who were moved by his extraordinary talent. His legacy reminds us that even a brief time can leave an indelible mark. Have you ever wondered what it's like to master a guitar so young that legends take notice? Jimmy McCulloch was a rock prodigy, a guitarist whose talent soared beyond his years. At just 16, he joined Thunderclap Newman, crafting the iconic riff for their hit, Something in the Air. His skills were undeniable, earning him a spot in Paul McCartney's Wings by his early 20s. On stage, Jimmy was a dynamo, infusing Wings' performances with youthful energy and a sharp, melodic brilliance that elevated their sound. Despite his meteoric rise, Jimmy's life was tragically short. On September 27, 1979, at just 26 years old, he passed away from heart failure from drug use. Yet Jimmy's music remains a testament to his unparalleled skill, reminding us of a young star whose flame burned bright but far too briefly.
I was obsessed with an artist by the name of Nick Drake, and I was obsessed with his story and his music.
Have you ever felt the haunting beauty of a song that seems to speak directly to your soul? Nick Drake had a way of doing that. A quiet, enigmatic musician whose voice and lyrics carried an almost otherworldly depth. Known for his introspective style and intricate guitar work, Nick's albums like Pink Moon and Brighter Later weren't just records, they were emotional landscapes. Offstage, Nick was reserved, thoughtful, and often lost in his own world, described by friends as both brilliant and achingly fragile. But his genius went largely unrecognized during his lifetime. On November 25, 1974, Nick passed away at just 26 from an overdose of antidepressants, leaving the world with questions and a legacy of hauntingly beautiful songs. Today, his work is celebrated as groundbreaking, influencing countless artists who came after him. What if someone could blend country and rock so seamlessly that they created an entirely new sound? Graham Parsons was that visionary, a young star who transformed music forever. As a key member of the Byrds and the Flying Burrito Brothers, Graham infused raw emotion into his performances, crafting what became known as cosmic American music. Offstage, Graham was charismatic, rebellious, and passionate about his art. But his boundless creativity was shadowed by struggles with addiction. On September 19, 1973, at just 26, Graham's life was cut tragically short due to a drug overdose. His death left a void in the music world, yet his influence continues to ripple through artists who seek to bridge genres and bare their souls in song.
The day when I heard that my beloved sister, Peggy, had passed away, she was like the glue.
Have you ever heard a voice so full of promise that you just knew it was destined for greatness? Peggy Klinger, part of the trailblazing all-girl rock band The Klingers, was exactly that kind of talent. Known for her vibrant energy and captivating presence, Peggy stood out as the spirited heart of the group. The Klingers were ahead of their time, blending pop harmonies with rock rebellion, and Peggy's voice brought their music to life. On stage, she exuded charm and confidence, a natural performer who could light up a room. Off stage, those who knew her described her as funny, kind, and deeply dedicated to her craft. But Peggy's life took a tragic turn. August 9, 1975, she passed away at 26, leaving behind a legacy of unfulfilled potential. For those who loved her music, it was a heartbreaking loss, a voice that deserved to echo far longer than it did. Peggy Klinger may be gone, but her contributions to rock history remain, a reminder of how fleeting yet impactful a young star's brilliance can be. Have you ever felt the raw energy of a voice that seemed born to lead a revolution? Malcolm Owen, the frontman of the Ruts, was that voice. A charismatic, electric force at the heart of one of punk rock's most socially charged bands. Known for his explosive stage presence and impassioned vocals, Malcolm wasn't just a performer, he was a storyteller, channeling the struggles of his generation into anthems of resistance like Babylon's Burning and Staring at the Rude Boys. Offstage, Malcolm was a complex soul, dedicated to his craft, but haunted by personal demons. His battle with addiction became a shadow he couldn't escape. On July 14, 1980, at just 26, Malcolm succumbed to a heroin overdose, leaving a void in the punk movement that can still be felt today.
He obviously had a drug overdose, and that was a very painful thing for all of us.
What if one voice could capture both the chaos and beauty of being human? Shannon Hoon, the frontman of Blind Melon, did just that. With his soulful, almost ethereal voice, Shannon brought a raw vulnerability to the band's music that resonated deeply with fans. Songs like No Rain weren't just hits, they were reflections of a unique spirit, equal parts whimsical and introspective. On stage, Shannon was magnetic, a poet in flannel whose presence was as captivating as his lyrics. But Shannon also struggled with addiction, a battle that followed him even as Blind Melon's star rose. Tragically, on October 21st, 1995, at just 28 years old, Shannon passed away from a cocaine overdose, cutting short a career that was only beginning to flourish. Have you ever seen a star rise so quickly that it felt like they were destined for greatness? Steve Gaines, guitarist and vocalist for Lynyrd Skynyrd, was that star. Joining the band in 1976, he infused their sound with a fiery energy and a bluesy finesse that took their music to new heights. His talent was undeniable, his guitar solos were electric, and his songwriting showed a depth that belied his young age. On stage, Steve was the perfect blend of confidence and humility, captivating audiences with his extraordinary skill and soulful presence. Off stage, Steve was known for his down-to-earth demeanor, a genuine and humble man who simply loved to play music. Tragically, his time with Lynyrd Skynyrd was cut short. On October 20th, 1977, at just 28 years old, Steve lost his life in a plane crash that also claimed the lives of several bandmates, including his sister Cassie Gaines. Though his career was brief, Steve Gaines's contributions to Lynyrd Skynyrd's legacy are immeasurable. His music, filled with passion and precision, ensures that his spirit will live on forever in the annals of rock history. Have you ever heard a voice so laid back yet so full of raw emotion that it felt like summer in a song? Bradley Nowell, the lead singer and guitarist of Sublime, was that voice. A charismatic storyteller who captured life's highs and lows with unflinching honesty. Bradley's music was a unique blend of ska, punk, reggae, and hip-hop, creating a sound that felt like California's sunshine in every note. On stage, he had an effortless charm, exuding a mix of confidence and vulnerability that made his performances unforgettable. Offstage, Bradley was known for his humor, his love for his family, and his deep connection to his beloved dog, Lou Dog, who often accompanied him everywhere. But despite his musical genius, he battled with addiction. On May 25, 1996, just as Sublime was poised for mainstream success, Bradley tragically passed away from a heroin overdose at 28. His passing left a void in the music world, but his legacy endures. Bradley Nowell's voice and songs continue to resonate, a testament to a talent gone too soon but never forgotten. The stories of these young rock stars remind us that even the brightest lights can flicker out too soon. Their talent, energy, and passion left an indelible mark on music history, proving that sometimes the most profound legacies come from the shortest lives. Which of these stars do you think left the biggest impact? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this look back at their incredible but fleeting journeys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories that celebrate the brilliance of music's lost legends. Until next time, keep their music alive and rock on.